So, nung grade school, ang definition natin ng fractions ay parang parts of a whole. So, imagine we have a pie divided by 4. If you have 3 parts, nung pie, you have 3/4. And then, doon sa fractions, we have proper fractions, improper fractions, tsaka mixed fractions. Ngayon naman, we will look at fractions in a different way. So, we will look at fractions as ratio ng two integers. So, 3/4, ratio siya ng positive 3 at ng positive 4. Ratio siya ng two integers. So, meaning, we can have negative fractions kasi integers natin can have negative values. So, next, review tayo sa simplifying fractions. So, remember, tinuro sa atin before, sa pag-simplify ng fractions, hinahanap natin yung greatest common factor ng numerator at saka ng denominator. Tapos, ika-cancel natin and yung matitirang factors, yun na yung simplified form ng ating fraction. So, in this example, we have 24. If we list down yung factors niya, we have 1 and 24, 2 and 12, 3 and 8, 4 and 6. And then for 36, we have 1 and 36, 2 and 18, 3 and 12, 4 and 9, 6 and 6. So, comparing the two groups, makikita natin na yung greatest common factor ng dalawa ay 12. So, dividing the numerator and the denominator by 12, we will get 2/3. And then, ang greatest common factor natin ay 12. So, now, we're gonna introduce yung prime factorization. So, ano ba yung prime factorization? Basically, in-express lang natin yung number based sa prime factors niya. Ano ba yung prime factors? So, review lang natin, prime numbers are numbers na yung factors lang niya ay 1 at saka yung sarili niya. So, in this example, yung prime factors ng 24 ay 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. So, pag minultiply mo to lahat, makukuha natin is 24. And then, yung prime factors ng 36 ay 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. 36 yung lalabas. So, ngayon na nalista na natin yung prime factors natin, we can cancel yung mga common na prime factors. So, we can cancel 2 and 2. Then, may isa pa, 2 and 2. Tapos, itong next na 2, wala na siyang maka-cancel sa baba. So, mare-retain na siya. And then, we can cancel this 3. And then, itong sa baba na 3. So, may matitira tayo na 2 sa numerator at saka 3 sa denominator. So, yun na yung result natin. 2/3. Yun na yung simplified fraction natin. And then, lahat na na-cancel natin, nire-represent nila yung greatest common factor natin. Pag minultiply natin lahat ng kinancel natin, makukuha natin yung greatest common factor. So, we have 2 times 2 equals 4 times 3 equals 12. So, how do we perform prime factorization? Recall, yung prime numbers natin, we have 2, 3, 5, 7, and so on. So, first, we divide by the smallest prime number, which is 2. If hindi divisible yung number by 2, then we proceed to the next prime number. So, ganun lang. For example, yung 24. Is it divisible by 2? Yes. So, we divide it by 2. So, we have 2 and 12. Next. 12. Is it divisible by 2? Yes. So, we have 2 and 6. Next, 6. Is it still divisible by 2? Yes. So we have 2 and 3. So yung last natin na number ay prime number na. So wala na siyang ibang factors. So we're gonna stop there. So ang nakuha natin na prime factors ng 24 ay 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. So as you can see, ang ginamit natin dito na method ay yung factor 3, which is parang ang gumagawa ng puno na nagsasanga-sanga yung mga factors. We may also use yung upside down division method. So in this method, sulat muna natin yung 24 and then i-divide lang natin siya by yung smallest na prime number natin, which is yung 2. So 24 divided by 2 equals 12. And then, i-divide natin yung 12 by 2. 12 divided by 2 equals 6. Then, i-divide natin yung 6 by 2. We have 3. Again, since prime number na yung last na result natin, wala na siyang ibang factors. So, titigil na tayo dito. So, we have 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. So, next, we're going to proceed with operations involving fractions. So, first, multiplication. So, for multiplication, ang gagawin lang natin dito, if we have two fractions, i-multiply lang natin yung mga numerator nila. Tapos, yun na yung magiging numerator nung result natin. And i-multiply lang natin yung denominator nila. Yun na yung magiging denominator nung result natin. So, in this example, 3/4 times 5 over 7, we have 3 times 5 over 4 times 7 equals 15 over 28. Next, negative 1 over 12 times 3 over 4. So we have negative 1 times 3 all over 12 times 4. So note na since yung fractions dinidefine na natin as ratio ng two integers, we can have negative integers sa numerator or sa denominator. So in this case, we have negative 1. So dito sa numerator, mag-a-apply yung rules natin for multiplication involving negative numbers. So if we have negative 1 times 3, yung result natin will be a negative number. So we have negative 3 all over 48. Actually, we can simplify this since yung 12, kaya pa natin siyang ma-factor into 3 times 4. Pwede pa natin ma-cancel yung 3. And then, ang matitira na lang sa atin is negative 1 over 4 times 4 equals 16. So we have negative 1 over 16. Next, division. So yung rule for division is just to multiply the reciprocal of the divisor. So ano ba yung reciprocal? So reciprocal is a number na when multiplied dun sa original number natin will result to 1. So for fractions, ang reciprocal nun, babalik na rin mo lang yung numerator at saka yung denominator. So let's see, for our first example, 3 over 4 over negative 5 over 7. So 3 over 4 divided by negative 5 over 7, sabi dito, we just multiply the reciprocal of the divisor. So equivalent lang siya sa 3 over 4 times yung reciprocal ng negative 5 over 7, which is 7 over negative 5. So reciprocal sila kasi when you multiply negative 5 over 7 by 7 over negative 5, ang result nito ay 1. Now, we just perform yung multiplication ng dalawang fractions. So we have 3 times 7, which is 21, all over 4 times negative 5, which is negative 20. Next, 2 over 9 over 3. So, yung whole numbers natin, pwede natin siya actually tignan as fraction, which is equal to, kunwari, in this example, 3 is equal to 3 over 1. So, ang reciprocal niya, pagpapalitin lang natin yung numerator and denominator, will be 1 over 3. So, kapag minultiply natin yung 3 over 1 times 1 over 3, 1 yung result natin. So, in this example, 2 over 9 divided by 3 is equal to 2 over 9 times 1 over 3. So, we have 2 over 27. Next, addition. So, for addition, if parehas yung denominator ng fractions natin, we simply add yung numerator nila and use yung denominator. So, in this example, 1/4 plus 1/4 equals 1 plus 1 all over 4. We have 2 over 4, which can be further simplified to 1/2. Next example, 3/4 plus negative 1 over 4. So, same ulit yung denominator nila. So, we just operate doon sa numerator natin. So, we have 3 plus negative 1. So, again, for addition, since magkabay yung sign nila, we're gonna subtract this. And will result to 2. And since positive yung mas malaki magnitude natin, which is yung 3, positive 2 tayo. All over 4. So, we have 2 over 4, which can be further simplified to 1/2 ulit. Next. So now, if we have fractions na magkaiba yung denominator, yung tinuro sa atin dati nung grade school ay to find yung least common denominator. So how do we find yung least common denominator? Basically, we just list yung multiples ng mga denominator natin. So first, we're gonna list yung multiples ng 3. So let's start with 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Let's just stop there muna. Then, we're gonna list yung multiples ng 4, 4, 8, 12, 16. Stop muna ulit tayo dyan. So, in the list, makikita natin na yung least common multiple ng 3 at saka ng 4 ay 12. So, yung 12, yun yung magiging least common denominator natin. Okay, so if 12 yung denominator natin, yung goal na denominator natin, we need to multiply 4 doon sa 3 na original nating denominator to produce 12. Similarly, kailangan natin mag-multiply ng 4 sa numerator natin such that yung total effect niya doon sa 2/3 na fraction natin, parang nag-multiply lang tayo ng 1. So, if we multiply 4 sa numerator, we will get 8 over 12. Similarly, for the next fraction, 3/4, we need to multiply 3 sa 4 para makakuha tayo ng 12. Pero since nag-multiply tayo ng 3 sa denominator, mag-multiply din tayo ng 3 sa numerator para yung overall effect niya, parang 1 lang yung minultiply natin sa 3/4. So, we have 3 times 3, 9 over 12. So, ngayon, paras na yung denominator ng dalawang fractions natin. So, we can simply add 8 and 9 to get 17 over 12, which is yung final answer natin. So, when we're dealing with fractions na magkaiba yung denominator, hindi naman necessary na least common denominator yung gagamitin natin. We can use any common denominator. So, yung isa sa fastest way para makuha natin yung common denominator is just to multiply yung dalawa nating denominators. So, in this example, we can simply multiply 3 and 4 to get 12 as the denominator. Pero sakto, siya na naman yung least common denominator natin. Pero as you can see, mas mabilis yung process na yun compared sa ililist down natin lahat ng multiples ng bawat denominator. And then, hahanapin natin yung least common multiple. So, for numbers na hindi naman ganun kalaki, like this, 3 and 4, mas okay na, i-multiply na lang natin sila. So, let's see another example. So, kunwari we have 2/5 plus 3 over 9. So, instead of listing down yung multiples ng 5 tsaka ng 9, which is time consuming, we can simply multiply 5 times 9, which will result to 45. Tapos, gawin natin tong method na to, i-cross natin. So, yung numerator ng first fraction natin, i-multiply natin sa denominator ng isang fraction, and then yung numerator ng isang fraction, i-multiply natin sa denominator ng isang fraction. And then, yung result nun will be yung numerator noong transformed na fraction natin. So, in this case, for 2/5, we will multiply 2 times 9, we have 18. And then, for 3/9, we will multiply 3 times 5, we have 15. So, yung magiging result natin is 18 plus 15 over 45. We have 33 over 45 as our final answer, which we can further simplify to 11 over 15. Ito rin pag cross-multiply can be used to compare fractions, kung alin ba yung mas malaking fraction or kung alin yung mas maliit. Just compare yung number doon sa taas nila. Tapos, kung ano yung mas malaki, yun yung mas malaking fraction. So, in this case, for 2/5 and 3/9, yung 18, mas malaki siya sa 15. So, 2/5 is greater than 3/9. So, may mga ganitong problems sa college entrance exams na pinapakompare ka kung alin yung pinakamalaking fraction or ano yung pinakamaliit na fraction. So, you may use this method para mabilis mo masagutan yung problem. So, for subtraction, similar lang naman sa addition. If we have same denominator, we can simply operate doon sa numerator natin. So, in this example, we have 3 minus negative 1. So, i-convert natin yung minus to plus, and then yung negative 1 will be positive 1. So, we have 4/4, which is equal to 1. So, similar sa addition, kapag magkaiba yung denominator ng dalawang fractions na sinusubtract natin, kailangan lang natin hanapin yung common denominator sa kanila at i-transform yung mga fraction natin. So, in this example, alam natin na yung 9 ay multiple ng 3. So, yung 1/3, siya na lang yung i-convert natin to 9 yung denominator. So, para maging 9 yung denominator niya, we have to multiply 3 sa 3 para maging 9 siya. Similarly, kailangan natin i-multiply yung numerator natin sa 3. So, we will have 5/9 minus 1/3 times 3/3. So, we will have 5 minus 3/9, which is 2/9. Next, exponents. So, in this video, yung basics lang na exponents yung di-discuss natin. So, b raised to n, which is base b